If your case is scheduled for a probable cause hearing, it's almost certainly not going to happen. In Massachusetts, the probable cause hearing is a time for the judge in district court to decide whether or not you can be bound over to superior court, whether or not there's enough evidence for you to stand trial on a superior court charge. The reason those don't happen is the prosecutor doesn't want them to, and judges are very reluctant to force them. So what happens at a probable cause hearing, if it does happen, is the prosecution will often call witnesses and present evidence in order for the judge in district court to decide whether to bind you over, whether there's enough evidence for you to have to go to trial in superior court. The defense attorney has a chance to cross-examine witnesses, to rebut evidence, to argue against binding your case over to superior court. Prosecutor doesn't want that. They show their hand, they give a chance to the defense attorneys to be involved, which I think is fair, but the judges often will defer and give multiple probable cause hearings to allow for the alternative way to get you to superior court, which is the indictment, the grand jury presentation, because a prosecutor can get you to superior court by presenting your case to a grand jury, a group of 16 to 23 people, a private proceeding which we have nothing to do with, and they only present evidence and witnesses that are favorable to them. They're supposed to have a full picture. They're supposed to have information that might not be favorable to give a full picture. They're supposed to have justice, but it's not fair because it's a one-sided hearing. They get to pick who gets to testify. They get to pick what evidence goes forward in front of the grand jury, and it's a very easy standard for them to meet, probable cause. Once they do that, the need for a probable cause hearing no longer exists. So a lot of times at these probable cause hearing dates, the judge will ask the prosecutor if they have indeed presented your case to a grand jury or not. If they have, the district court case will get dismissed and then you'll get indicted in superior court. If they haven't, usually the judge will give the prosecutor another date, sometimes even more than one date. As the defense attorney, my job is to object, ask the judge to dismiss the case, that it's unfair, that it shouldn't be continued. And sometimes the judges will agree, but more often the judges will give leeway to the prosecution and allow a couple more dates to allow for them to get the case in front of a grand jury.